Hello everyone, this is Lone Star Lawman, back again with one of my informal reviews. Only this time it's going to be an update. Specifically an update on the very first video I made months ago on the Springfield Armory SA-35 9mm Hi-Power. I call it the Hi-Power because it's high power in every shape or form, except for the good parts where they just took away the disconnect on the magazine, and when they made able for the magazines to fall free, so it makes it for a perfect pistol to carry. All right, I shot 1,000 rounds through this, okay, and I shot all kinds of ammo. I'm talking hollow points, full metal jacket, and I didn't have any issue whatsoever. Of course, the number one question is probably what people are going to be asking is about the extractor. The extractor has been perfect. This serial number is in the 10,000s, 10, 20,000s, and so they fixed the problem that the early models had. One thing I did not do in the first video months ago is field strip this for you. It's slightly, there's only one really major difference with the original Hi-Power, and that is the recoil spring is longer in this one. I don't know why that is or the engineering that went behind that, but apparently it was no problem. They did it right because the gun is functioning fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and field strip it for you. There's nothing in the mag well. Pull the hammer back, check, see that it's clear. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to pull the slide back all the way to this second notch right here. Okay, do that. And when you get to the second notch, you use your safety lever to put up in there to stop the slide. There we go. All right, now all you got to do is push up a little bit on this, push up a little bit on this paddle here, and on this side you push the other side and it comes right out. Easy, right? Okay, now to do the rest of it, you grab the top of the slide because there's going to be tension. You want to release the slide from the safety lever and then slowly let it come out down. I like to turn it over. I think it's better. And then slide the frame off. And there you see the recoil spring and the barrel. You notice how it's shaped with those two holes right there? Right there. And the flat top, these little flat top, when you put this together, you'll know this, you got it right when the flat top is on the top here. Okay, let's take it out. Oh, you can see how long that spring is? That's a pretty long spring. Let's take the barrel out. Here we go, came right out, no problem. Clear it aside. Let's take a look at the innards of the Browning design, of course, locking lugs. It's amazing how many guns were patterned after the Browning lockup system. As you can see, it's very clean. I cleaned it and everything, and I use Enos Slide Glide, E-N-O-S Slide Glide light grease on all the rails and any metal parts that come in conflict with each other, that contact each other and go back and forth and what have you. Okay, now let's take a look at the inside here of the frame. As you can see there, all the lock works there, the rails, ejector, and not much to it. But I'll tell you what, it certainly was a great design. Did you all know that 50 countries still issue the Browning Hi-Power? So it's not going away, folks, not anytime soon. Okay, now let's put it back together. Put our barrel back in there. All right, so I do these things really slow. Number one, because I don't want to mess up, and number two, so y'all can see what I'm doing, whether good or bad. Okay. All right, here's the flat top part I was telling you about. You want to make sure that it's on the top here. Now here's the fun part. This spring will actually bow a little bit as you try to put it back in. And may have to do some of this off camera because of the difficulty of this, so just bear with me for just a moment. Yeah, there we go. I got it in there. And let's see, I fixed the bow pretty good. Make sure it is in there good and not bowing. All right. Make sure everything is centered, of course. That's what you want to do so it functions properly. Okay. Now, go ahead and put the frame back on with the slide. Slide it up here. Uh-oh. I think I don't have the barrel adjusted right. Okay, try that. Okay. Okay, I finally got my slide on. Now I'm going to put it back to the second notch again. Okay, just like that. And slip this bad boy back in. See, it went in there no problem. Of course, we're going to pull back on the side and pull the lever again. Let it go forward. Do a function check. And reset again. I'll show you last time. It's kind of long. Not too bad. Okay. Now that's what I wanted y'all to show you that I weren't able to do last time. One thing I do want to show you too that I wasn't able to show you is that I acquired some equipment for it and holsters and what have you. First of all, let's talk about the extra magazines I got. Here's the case that the gun comes in, but I've been using it with the bag that the gun comes in. I've been using this for all my magazines. Here they are. Let's take them all out here. Okay. That side. These are my practice rounds. I'll show you right there. These are Mech-Gar. Y'all can see that. Mech-Gar right on the middle of the magazine. And as you can see, here's the Springfield Armory one. And you can see they're exactly the same except for the logo. Okay. All right. And the nice thing about Mech-Gar magazines, they're all 15 rounders, along with the Springfield Armory one. And these are perfectly compatible with the Browning Hi-Power also. And the Browning Hi-Power magazine will work in this gun too. So if you got all that, no problem. I'll show you one more thing with the ammo. I use this stuff for self-defense. Yes, it's pretty powerful stuff. It's 9mm plus P plus hollow point from Winchester. And you can see it says right there, law enforcement ammunition. Some places that you get on the net there will send it to you. And then some will ask for credentials. So you'll just have to check that out yourself. Let me show you what it looks like. These are the ones I carried in a 40 caliber back when I was a cop. So I'll show you what they look like. We can see that pretty good. All right. It kind of mirrors the if anybody remembers this, the black talon load. Because when this thing spreads out, there's some very sharp edges that, like a petal, that spread out like a flower or whatever. If you want to read the ballistics on this, go to luckygunner.com and look into the lab sections of testing of handguns and what have you. And you'll see how hot that round is in ballistic gelatin, okay? Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is the holster that I use for it. And I could have gotten it inside the waistband, but it's such a big gun. It's a thin gun, you know, except for the handle. So it's not really that big, hard thing to do it inside the waistband. But I always like to carry outside the waistband most of the time anyway. So I went and purchased in this bag of tricks here. I'm going to show you. It's called Vetter holsters. Just let you see the logo there pretty good. They send them to you in these bags. And I got what was known as the light draw. This is the light draw. This is the back of it. And I ordered it with the pancake wings, which is easier to put on, I think, especially when you got some very stiff belts. It's hard to get them in there, and they just kind of like, if you get these are 1.5 inch, and if the belt goes in there, and they just kind of lay in the place there. So it's not a problem. And I got I opted for the black carbon fiber variety. Left it plain on the back, and as you can see, I like to mark my holsters to make sure I don't screw up. What's great about these holsters, though, is you can just look at the shape of the holster and you can tell what gun goes in. But I just do that just in case I'm having a bad day, okay? All right, now next thing y'all want to see, y'all know is, okay, how does it fit in the gun, with the gun? First of all, I'm going to put this locked and cocked because that is the best way to carry a combat 1911 or a Browning Hi-Power or an SA-35 Hi-Power. So, let's see how it goes in. Nice and crisp. And notice, people are worried sometimes about that safety. Look at the Kydex. This is Kydex. It goes all the way to the top there and protects it, as you can see. And it will not fall out. But you can get it out when you want to. Okay? Try that again. Isn't that cool? So just remember that's from Vetter holsters, V-E-D-D-E-R. I've been using them for years, and they make great stuff. You know, when you get a gun that you're going to carry, I just can't stand the idea if someone will buy a carry gun that they spend hundreds of dollars and maybe even $1,000 on, and they buy some cheap nylon holster, or they buy some cheap plastic that will break in every second. There's a lot of good leather holsters out there too, so you're just going to have to check them out. The only other thing I did to this is, you know, I told you in the first video that I changed the grips. These are from Lock, L-O-K grips. I'm probably going to at some point want to change out the front sight for a night sight. The rear doesn't really bother me that much, because the front sight's really what's really important as far as acquiring your target at night, I would think. I'm no super expert on that, but I know that I'll be able to see the front of the barrel with that, have one of those nice tritium night sights on there. Okay. All right, gang. That's about all I have for today. I'll try and come up with something for you next time. I appreciate you all coming and watching. Please like and subscribe. I think I checked yesterday, and I had something like over 229 or 232 subscribers, and that's great. Seems like finally people are starting to discover me, and you're doing a great job helping me out, and I really appreciate that. And I like doing it. I really like doing this stuff. So if you want me to keep doing it, like and subscribe, and I'll bring you another exciting video next time. Well, this is Lone Star Lawman signing off from the compound here in Texas. Y'all have a good evening.